Okay, so we have already discussed the difference between the connection industrial economy. We've talked about how you can build your expert niche and what are the key steps that you need to take there and the thinking that goes behind it. But how you actually address all of that to your ideal customer, to the person that you're serving through your content, how would you go about building that proposition?
Well, the most important thing is to approach the whole endeavor from this idea that today the only thing that has any real value in a time where we are inundated with information is people's attention. So if you appreciate that your starting proposition has got to be, how do you get people's attention? Everything can flow from that. Most people, when they're thinking about producing a website, say, they're thinking about articulating what they think is important to articulate. Usually it's all about you as a professional, you as an organization, what you're capable of. Basically an essay about you. But if you think about it, from the perspective of your client, your customer, your prospect, your target, they're on your website because it's about them. So the only way that you can genuinely get people's attention is to put material on the internet that's about them, not about you. So getting people's attention means that you have to make a commitment to being remarkable. Now, in 2003 I read Purple Cow by Seth Godin, and the circumstances in my life at that point didn't give me the opportunity to really implement those ideas. They all resonated with me because I clearly understood that if you want to be noticed, you've got to stand out. So if you're going to stand out, you've got to have something about you that's going to command people's attention. So Purple Cow set it all up for me, but in 2003 the circumstances in my life didn't allow me to act on any of that. But it turned me into a huge Seth Godin fan, and then I subsequently went on to read everything that he ever wrote, and then realised, you know, how profound a thinker he was, and indeed is. So yeah, Purple Cow was the first book that I reached for, essentially, when I made the decision that we were going to build the Hong Kong Visa Centre, because I thought this is now, from the ground up, an opportunity to build a Purple Cow. And the joy in that, the creative joy in all of that, was to say to myself, okay, well, I know what I know, and I know that I've got good stuff, and I know how to parlay that into people because I've written a version of the Hong Kong Visa Handbook once previously. Now I'm going to do it much better because of the capabilities of the modern internet. I can deliver feature-rich content now that I couldn't back in 1996 when I wrote the first version of the Hong Kong Visa Handbook. But not only am I going to, you know, produce 10 times content that's going to be in and of itself remarkable, because I want clients and prospects and customers to think, why would anybody do something like this? Nobody else is doing this. What's the motivation? I don't get it, right? For me, that was the intrinsic, remarkable nature of the proposition that I was thinking about putting together. And thereafter it was a case of, well, how do I overlay Purple Cow type elements into the service and business model? So yeah, Purple Cow, first book. Anyone who's thinking about emulating me, read that. That's how you get started.